can't stare down the barrel of a gun again. I don't know how I'm gonna have fun again. And this feels like I'm running from the lion now. This feels like I'm burning in a fire.
Alright folks, I'm still waiting for the right mic to come in right now, but I'm still using a Sony mic, which only crackles and pops when we get up to speed, like 45 miles an hour and above, and it's thoroughly pissed me off because I had a Hero 4 at first, and I got the Sony EC3 mic. I would take it out of my helmet, but it's in here quite well. It's got a little sock on it, little wire, and before I only had a cable like that long. You plug your mic into that cable, and then that cable plugs in like some old printer cords do. It's like an Android charger but thicker, and plug it into the side of your Hero 4 and you're all good. Always had crystal clear audio. The Sony mic is like 15 bucks online, hunky-dory, perfect. And then I got a Hero 7, which I believe the Hero 5, 6, and 7 have thoroughly screwed the entire market. I think they did this on purpose to force people to buy new products instead of just selling cameras and allowing us to utilize the same equipment that we've used for years, because my Sony mic is fine. It still works fine. I could hook my Hero 4 up, but I cracked my lens and put a cheap fisheye in it. It didn't work out. So while I'm waiting for the proper mic to come in, which I'm going to do another video on, or I could just talk about it in this video, it's not a big deal, which is the giant squid mono mic. The Sony EC3, which I'll try to leave like a description up, or I'll drop a photo for you just like that. I'll put up the photo for you. And the Sony mic is a stereo mic. Has two intake, basically it's got two sides that take in audio versus a one-sided speaker mono, which is I guess why it's called a mono. But from what I've gathered from other channels and other information online, the giant squid mic is the only mic that'll work properly with the GoPro, and that is stupid. I think it is ridiculous that a Sony EC3 mic will not work, even though it worked with the Hero 4, which would kind of imply that the Hero 4 is ultimately a better camera. The only thing it doesn't have is the good clarity, I guess, of the Hero 7, and the main thing is the video stabilization that a lot of people like, which I do. The video stabilization is worth it, but it thoroughly pisses me off that I had to go buy the patented GoPro mic adapter, which is the same size as the GoPro camera itself, which basically it's like 5 pounds of crap attached to your helmet just to do a motovlog now with the Hero 5, 6, or 7. So we're going to hop on the bike here in a second, run down the road and listen to the crackling and popping, and I figured it would at least be a good video to make since I'm waiting on the other stuff that GoPro is forcing me to purchase, and make a video out of it and educate the general public on it, because frankly it's nonsense and GoPro does not seem to care. I've seen an epidemic of forums and reviews and people slandering the situation, the fact that people have to have a matchbox full of circuitry attached to their GoPro in order to get proper audio to it. I just think is beyond ridiculous. They haven't seemed to have cared about it. And I think another one of the issues is all the bugs you end up having when you drop ship this stuff. I'm pretty sure that GoPro has all their stuff made in China, Taiwan, or Japan to maximize profits through the roof so that their CEO can have $70 million yachts, and that's cool and all, I guess, but there's a level of control you can't maintain without rushing production if you can't control every aspect of how the camera's built and how it's going to operate with certain things. So I think they just dropped the ball here, and they weren't even aware that the GoPro adapter would be the only thing to work with the camera, or maybe they did that on purpose, I don't know. But there's a lot of, even the bugs that they've had and all the software updates they had to drop, it's just ridiculous. Like, why wouldn't they have all this stuff figured out upon dropping the camera versus, oh hey, just buy all of our cameras and then we'll release software updates every time y'all complain about the 30 to 50 issues these cameras have had. So let's go ahead and hop on the bike, and we'll take off down the road, and we'll go from there, and we'll get you some snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, now that we're on the bike, this isn't going to do it in the neighborhood, but once you get up to a certain speed, when the wind is really going, that's when this whole snap, crackle, pop scenario comes in. So hopefully I won't have to like drive and record that long before you actually start hearing the noise problem. Got the mic adapter in the mail since I was forced to purchase this unit, and had my Sony EC3 hooked up, just like before on the Hero 4, the one I'm using right now, and simply went out to make some video and test it out. And of course, after I buy $80 worth of used mic adapter and switch up my entire setup versus what I've actually had before, I get back to the house and I notice, lo and behold, I've got cracking and popping sound. And I'm like, will anything go right as a GoPro owner for me on this MOTOVLOG setup? Like, of course, I can't just buy the mic adapter and plug a mic into it. Gotta buy one specific mic, which, you know, hands out to Giant Squid. He's got to be making money, because as of right now, I think there may be one other mic that'll actually work properly, but as far as I know, the Giant Squid mic is the only one that works. Given the issues I've had, I had debated on experimenting with some other mics, because so far I managed to gather the only difference between the Giant Squid mic and my mic is that it's a mono mic, and they call it like an omnidirectional mic. Not exactly, I think omnidirectional means it takes audio data from multiple directions or something of that nature. So I'm like, well, why can't I just buy a mono clip-on mic? Why do I have to buy the Giant Squid mic? And I wasn't willing to take that risk because I was already pissed off. You might be able to hear the snap, crackle, pop now. I just opened up my wind visor versus it not being open. So as of right now, you might be getting that pop. But yeah, I wasn't willing to take the risk of not buying the Giant Squid, since I know that, like, Blockhead's a motovlogger on YouTube. He had the same exact problem. He literally got so fed up with the problem that he went back to his Hero 4. And that just sounds horrible on behalf of GoPro, what they're doing to people willingly. You know, they'll take the money and they'll take your money for the camera, but if you want to get in a motovlog, basically, from the evidence, just guarantee that you're going to have to buy a new setup for every new generation of camera that comes out. Because as of right now, we don't have proof that that won't be the case. I just think it's a little weird that they're forcing society or the market to upgrade to all this other crap. Oh, anyway, you need a GoPro mic adapter, because we went out of our way to write into the software, you know, and you know what we updated with. We went ahead and wrote in there that if you don't have this patented mic adapter, that you're not going to get audio at all. It won't even engage the line-in input on the actual camera. And I'm like, that's just so greedy and selfish. Now, I might get knocked for being this negative about it, but I don't see why I would. There is a society of human beings online that are like, GoPro, you suck. And it's just very annoying. It's a stupid problem to have. Even to the point where I could have saved $20 on the Giant Squid mic and just got a monotone clip-on mic, or a mono clip-on mic, but I had no guarantee it would work. And nobody wants to wait a week for a mono clip-on mic to come in and it literally not solve the problem. So it's just one of those things where you got to make a choice. Why not buy, I guess, what works, you know? Especially if you want to be successful at motovlogging, you got to get the resources you need. Yeah, I hope that you can hear some of the snap, crackle, pop. I just got done doing my cheapest Nightster in the USA video, and you can actually hear some of the popping on there, and I explained that my mono mic is actually on the way, so if you're not hearing enough of it here, you can definitely hear some of it there. I didn't like that I could hear it on that video, so I did chop some of that footage out, but there is some snap, crackle, pop on there. Definitely some around where, like, I was talking about boosting this Harley if I got enough subscriber base. So I just wanted to do a little recording, give you an example, because I know there's one or two videos online that cover this, but not from the aspect that I'm going to descript it as, so that it can at least meet different search results and definitely get the attention of some motovloggers that are out there having the same problems. Because this is very annoying. I mean, I like the GoPro 7. It's a fun camera. I've primarily done car vlogs, so it's none of these issues have really ever stood out. But this is definitely a problem. I've had to pay darn near $150 for items that I need to successfully do with this camera what my Hero 4 did without taxing me for all this stupid nonsense products, you know. Well, we should get smart. We should make them buy our mic adapter, and if they don't, then it won't even pull the audio for them, and they'll get pissed off and they'll have to buy the stuff that we're making them buy, or they just won't get to record. I think that's superiorly evil. We're gonna head back to the house real quick, do a little bit more talking about how to solve this problem, in case it's thoroughly pissed you off too. Trying to give you guys another crack in here in the Snap Crackle Pop. I hope this answers some questions for you. I will leave up again photos of the Sony EC3 mic as well as the giant squid mic, which I already have on the way, but I figured why just sit around and wait for the giant squid mic to come in to do some moto vlogs, or at least get some education out there. Unfortunately on this video I can't give you any footage of what the giant squid mic is like, but that will come in, that will get done. If you are curious, there is another guy that I got educated by who is an older gentleman. I forgot the name of his channel. He's got a bigger cruiser bike, and he does a comparison with the sound popping of the EC3 and a sound comparison with a non-popping sound of the mono mic from Giant Squid. And again, just to recap on some of the information, you can experiment by just getting an external clip-on mono mic, and you might be able to get away with that. I'm not sure. I might at a later date do a video on that mic to see if that does make a difference. Or the only other way to really save money is to, if that works, get a mono mic from like China and wait the long time that it would take to get here, but you'd be in like 10 bucks for the same mic. So I hope that you enjoy the video. I hope I answered some questions. Make sure you like it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. What's he wanting me?
He's coming for you with a helmet on.
He's coming for me with a helmet on?
Yes. Other way. He's going the other way.
He's going the other way. What are you doing? Well, your eyes are as blue as that Paw Patrol helmet.
Look at Daddy.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day.